about 12 hours later, ready to pull this out of the mold, see what sort of side we've got. So again, I'll go ahead and pop the upper bout caul off, and I'll hold this in position until I can get the slat that is underneath the wood in place. I'll just release the pressure here, and now I've greatly reduced the pressure on the wood here. What I'm going to do is take a clamp and just clamp that last slat in place. And again, our wood stops right about here. You can feel it because that's a short side for cutaway. I'm going to ease the top just a bit, and I'm going to pop the tension bar off the springs here. This will drop down, that way that won't force that waist up as it comes up. I'll do about the same thing here on the lower bout. Again, I'll take, in this case, a little bit larger clamp. I'll pull my caul up a bit, clamp my, should be able to get in here, clamp that lower slat into position, and in this case I've got the thermocouple lead in the way, so I'm going to go ahead and just take that spring pressure right off. In this case we can start pulling this up a little bit. There we go, and I think we can at this point release and continue to let that drift up a bit. Should be able to pull these slats out now. I'll set these over in the Troji. Unplug the controller. Okay. And I should be able to pull the, there we go. Go ahead and pull the bottom slat. That takes all the pressure off the wood. We'll run this up a bit. And we should be able to just slide this right out. Now you can see that the aluminum foil and wood sandwich came off. A little bit of marking on the wood. Let's go ahead and toss that. A little bit of marking on the wood here in terms of just the typical water marking that you get. But it looks like a pretty tight bend. I'm going to go ahead and move the camera over to where I've got the, I'll peel these center markers off. Move the camera over to where I've got the other side. We'll see how well it fits in the mold. Now I've placed the side in the mold. Let me pull this out for just a second. You can see that I didn't have to trim this. It was pretty accurately sized. I'm going to slide this into the slot that I have cut in the mold, which will give me a nice clamped edge here. And it looks pretty good. There's a little bit of spring back at the waist, but not a lot. What I'll do is I'll begin by tightening up these spreaders that I've got set up in the body. And you notice the body is, or the mold rather, body mold is actually blocked up from the bench just a bit. And it's going to show a little loose there. That's in pretty good shape though. I'll go ahead and tighten up the waist caul again, turnbuckle with wood blocks. And I'll go ahead and now bring the lower bout spreader in, which is again just turnbuckle and wooden blocks. And in this case it looks like we've got a pretty good fit. And we're long enough. Press those sides down, make sure they're square. It looks pretty good. The only thing we're going to have to do now is trim the lower bout here where the tail block joins, and we're actually going to be ready to get that tail block in. And we've got one more piece to bend up here for the sides to fit into the mold without a lot of force required to hold that shape. That makes it a little bit easier when you're sanding the guitar to shape. You don't have that wood trying to move around on you. So this looks pretty good. It's a nice shape here with a little bit of cleanup on the interior for raised grain, which you'll always get with curly woods. We should be in real good shape to get this body glued together, get it profiled, and get moving on getting the customer what he wants, which is a nice SJ. So thanks a lot for watching. I hope that made some sense.